This is Coach Bronner, and I'm still here in Portugal. Today is our last day of walking. We'll be here in Portugal for a few more days, but today is the final day of walking. I want to just talk to you for a few minutes about not just the walk in Portugal, but about life, period. I watched a podcast yesterday. It was with the movie producer Will Packer on the Mel Robbins podcast. 82 minutes, but worth every single minute of it. Just awesome. But the thing about it, Will inspired me. And hopefully I can transfer some of that to you, because I'll be 70 years old this year. And as Will was going through the podcast, he talked about the Oscars and what went on behind the scenes, because he was the producer of the Oscars that had the famous slap by Will Smith that was heard around the world. And he gave details on what really happened with a lot of that. Some of the movies dealing with Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, just a whole lot of stuff. But it was really, really good about his life and life in general. And I think if you watch him on that podcast, it will inspire you the same way that it inspired me. So you're asking, how did it inspire you? First of all, it made me come to a realization really in my soul. I knew it intellectually, but not in my soul. And this is what I realized. My best years are ahead of me. Now you said, what? You'll be 70 years old this year. What do you mean your best years are ahead of you? My best years are ahead of me. I've got 5 major divine promises that still have yet to come to pass, that'll come to pass in my future, as long as I do what I'm supposed to do. And that's the key. A lot of us, we want this stuff, but we don't want to do what we're supposed to do. We want it to magically appear. We want the money. We want the body. We want the romance. We want all of this stuff. And we don't want to do what we're supposed to do. One of the things that Will talked about was he ran a full marathon, which is 26.2 miles at 50 years old. Now, I ran a half marathon when I turned 60, but now I'm turning 70, and I stopped running half marathons years ago. But I always said I want to run a full marathon. A half marathon is 13.1 miles. Full marathon is double that at 26.2. And when I saw Will, and I saw an Instagram clip with him cramping and hurting, but he finished. And I said to myself, yeah, I'll be 70 years old in just a few months, but I can do a full marathon, but I will not do it sitting in this chair talking and thinking about it and philosophizing about it. I got to get out and sweat and train to do this. But when I saw Will Packer, I said to myself, I am going to do this, because my best years are still in front of me. And let me give you just a brief synopsis of what I mean by that. I got a divine promise that I'll live to 116 years old. I was on a motorcycle way over in some other state on a motorcycle trip, and I just heard God speak, you're at the halfway point of life. I said, halfway point? Lord, I'm 58 years old. So from that, I calculated that I will transition this body on November 26th, 2072. That's a long time away. So I got 46 years left to go, and I'm going there. But I got to do what I am supposed to do to have that kind of health, that kind of vibrancy, to make it to that age. But